React of the day, guys. Today we shall speak about the man who lost 204 million on a trip to Vegas. How could you lose that much on the trip itself? Not even at Vegas. That's my question. That you must be a real gambler right there, eh? Let's see what's this all about.
In 2007, 20% of Caesars Palace Casino revenue came from one single person.
Like, what? How come you never stop, dude? Like, at what point you say enough it is enough? These guys have 20% of their revenue based on your losses. Like you need to stop. You need to stop. You're just a professional loser at this point.
Terence Watanabe. Born 1957 in Omaha, Nebraska, Terence began life as the son of Harry Watanabe, who founded one of the most successful carnival suppliers in American history.
No worries, Harris. Your son is gonna fuck your legacy in an instant.
Called the Oriental Trading Company. At the age of 15, Terence began working for his father, and by the age of 20, Terence had been given the role of CEO, after which he'd add an incredible amount to the business. By shifting the focus toward party products, Terence was able to grow the business from 17 local stores to a company generating $25 million per month.
Okay, wait a minute. So his son is also really good with businesses. Unfortunately, he has an addiction that is a little for your wallet, that is. It's kind of fucked up.
The only problem was Terence had spent most of his life doing so, and had therefore experienced almost nothing outside of work. The job
Oh my god, that's just sad. No wonder people like this get addicted to gambling.
was all-consuming, say former associates. He traveled for long stretches of time examining merchandise in Asia. He never married. His sister and others who know him say they don't believe he ever had a significant romantic relationship. This was his life, that company. It engulfed him. Having
Vulnerable person that Vegas took advantage of.
burnt out by the age of 43, Terence put his share of the company up for sale, eventually selling for an undisclosed amount in October 2000.
Probably like $1 billion or something like that.
After which the goal was to have a charitable and fun retirement. Mr. Watanabe said his plan was to throw himself into his philanthropic work and have more fun. If it's not
Great, bro. Great. I'm happy for him, man. I mean, if he worked his whole life to achieve this great success that his father entrusted him with, like, I believe he should enjoy himself afterwards, no?
fun, it's not worth doing, Mr. Watanabe told his hometown newspaper, the Omaha World Herald, in
I can imagine you think like that if your whole life was, work.
2000. He then created the Terry K. Watanabe Charitable Trust before donating millions to AIDS and cancer research,
He's a nice person overall.
as well as various political causes. However, having worked all day every day for over 20 years in a complex business,
That's not good.
Terence found little satisfaction in this new line of work. Donations from his foundation grew, but he soon became restless. Several business ideas, including opening a restaurant, went nowhere. He didn't know what to do with his time, says his sister, and as the old saying goes, an idle mind is the devil's playground. With nothing else to do, Terry began a new hobby of spending large amounts of cash, purchasing one of Omaha's largest and most notable homes, which featured 9 bedrooms, 18 bathrooms, a gourmet kitchen, a custom wine cellar, and a 3-story elevator, but it was rather a venue near this mansion that became his biggest financial danger.
Okay.
Terry began to travel across the border from Omaha to Council Bluffs, Iowa, so he could gamble at the Caesars Horseshoe Casino, which is
That's the story. That's how a downfall story begins, Great successful man, working his whole life, sad life, by the way. Burnt out by his garbage life, realizes he has a bunch of money in his bank account, quits his job, starts to be a philanthrope, and eventually finds the beauty, in quotations, of gambling.
Self-described on its website as a true gambler's paradise, featuring an expansive round-the-clock casino floor, an 18-table poker room, a full-service Caesars sportsbook, and one-of-a-kind.
Wow, so nice. You know why casinos are so good looking? Is in order there's a psychological effect they create that allows you to lose track of time. It's like that movie where it's like the son of God, and it's like, it's like a teenager, and it's like a teenage adventure, and he gets into this casino and he loses like 400 years in this casino because it was all a trap. Basically, it's just an allegory to real casinos, right? Where they are making those buildings very flashy, very, or your eyes are getting bombarded with beautiful things, so that it will make you lose track of time, so that you keep on spending on the bullshit and lose money without even realizing it.
Gaming areas. Terrence became, quote, one of the casino's top customers and began devoting himself to gambling full time as his primary income and livelihood source. However, with
primary income, there's no income in gambling, bro. It's just losing.
his level of disposable income, hosts at the Iowa casinos encouraged Mr. Watanabe to play at the Rio and other Harrah's-owned casinos in Las Vegas. Having struggled to...
They said, oh, you're good. You're a good customer. You know what we want for you, since you spend so much money on us, is to go and spend even more, so we can, suck off all the money you have on your possession. You seem like an idiot.
Launch any
is what
new
they're
businesses.
saying.
Terrence began to frequent Las Vegas beginning in 2005, where his existing gambling habit was intensified and joined with a drinking habit.
Let's go, combo wombo!
Vodka brand called Jewel of Russia, which retailed at over $200 per bottle. In that very same year, billionaire Steve Wynn opened the luxury Wynn Las Vegas, and by 2006, 1 year later, Terrence had spent so much money at the venue that the two arranged to meet. Remarkably, Steve concluded that Terrence was a, quote, compulsive gambler and alcoholic.
The best customer you can ask for in Las Vegas. An idiot through and through.
Leading Steve to ban Terry from the casino. However, given this was no fix for Terry's addiction, this simply became an opportunity for other venues in the area.
Yeah, they saw it. The guy felt bad for him. He's like, yo, dude. You just too stupid. Don't gamble. It feels bad for us to take your money. You're that stupid. Come on. And then the other casinos are like, oh, wait a minute. Come to us. You are our friend, the biggest friend we can ask for. Please, come. We want the best that is for you, which is gambling and alcohol. Come on, boy. You're gonna be happy at our place, let me tell you. Look at these losers. They didn't accept this guy. This guy is a gold mine.
Terry decided to take his money over to Caesar's Palace, where a marketing executive promised to give him substantially more advantageous arrangements than the Wynn with respect to player comps, rebates, and other incentives, after which the casino created specifically designed incentives to keep Terry gambling at their venue.
What the fuck? They changed the rule set of their whole casino for this one guy. He must be a fucking like a big loser, like bunch of money loser.
He was given tickets to the Rolling Stones, $12,500 a month for airfare, and $500,000 in credit.
Who gives a shit? He probably lost millions. They spending hundreds of thousands on him. Doesn't even matter because he's spending millions on in their casinos. That's the question. It's a profit through and through.
Gift stores. Harrah's also offered 15% cash back on table losses greater than $500,000.
For sure. I mean, you can give him cash back. It doesn't matter because he's still gonna lose them later on.
$1,000, special high-limit games, and other incentives. Mr. Watanabe resided for free in a 3-bedroom suite at Caesars, had access to his favorite bartender, and was constantly surrounded by attendants to serve his every need, such as a 7-course meal from the casino's Bradley Ogden restaurant, delivered to him while he was gambling, with these attendants later telling legendary stories about his behavior while gambling.
Which I imagine was very well grounded and common sense behavior, right, guys? Right? I hope he doesn't go too far.
Al DeLeon and Christian Kunda, 2 of Mr. Watanabe's personal handlers at Caesars, say he had thousands of Tiffany gift boxes filled with $50 gift cards or $100 gift coins that he would hand out to bartenders, nightclub operators, security guards, and others. They say he once told a security guard to go to a supermarket and buy every cut of steak, and then proceeded to hand them out to employees. Caesars Palace high rollers of this magnitude.
Oof. He thinks of himself like Mr. Beast? Is that it? Come on, dude, man. Like, you had a hard life. Doesn't mean now you have to fuck it up in one instant.
Are often given exclusive loyalty program
Like, I'm
status
feeling
called
sad for
7
the guy.
Star, where members are wowed by all the fantastic benefits afforded to them, with additional rewards and all-round bigger and better perks. Yet the casino then literally created a new tier above this called Chairman, of which only Terrence Watanabe had the status of joining. Having been handed what you might call the ultimate life, Terry decided to stay in Vegas, yet with no
The ultimate life could be the ultimate life. The problem with that ultimate life, it is a life shelf, right? It's very temporary because you're spending 10,000x that you would spend if you were living in a different manner. So enjoy for how long it lasts, Terry, because you're gonna get fucked afterwards. And back to the grind machine with you, back to the life that you really hated.
intervention and nothing else to do, the severity of his habit began to get out of control. Several employees say Mr. Watanabe would stay at the tables for up to 24 hours, sometimes losing as much as $5 million in a single binge. He was allowed to play 3 blackjack hands simultaneously, with a $50,000 limit for
What am I listening to? You lose 5 million in one day? And you play 3 blackjack hands in the same time? I'm pretty sure you have fucking no clue what you're doing, bro. You're just wasting money at this point. Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
each hand, and if he won, Mr. Watanabe says he regularly handed out to Caesar's employees bundles of $100 bills that could total as much as $20,000.
Such a nice guy.
In the meantime, Terry was visited by a former casino host from his hometown who explained that Terry appeared disoriented and couldn't remember the conversations they'd had in the past. He'd add that Terry was often seen stumbling around the casino or falling asleep at tables placed right beside loud nightclub music, yet the most notable observation regarded the type of machines that Terry liked to play. According to one of his former assistants, Terrence rejected any skill-based casino game like poker and instead gravitated toward games with low odds, including roulette and slots. He was considered a house player because slots and roulette are house games. They have terrible odds for the player.
Oh. That he must be real stupid. Like, what do you play? Slots. Oh man. Like I've made a video before about a guy that actually won at the casinos, and his remark is that if you play the slot machines, you have a 98% chance to lose. They are meant to make you lose. Terry, you're being bamboozled right here. I'm sorry. They are taking an advantage of how generous and stupid you are. Come on, Terry, wake up!
And the way he played blackjack, he made it a house game. He made such bad decisions on the blackjack table, but it was only when his brother and sister came to visit for Thanksgiving 2007 that he'd talk about just how much these bad choices had cost him.
Okay.
In the 11 months since the beginning of the year, Terrence Watanabe had lost $127 million.
Ooh, come on, dog. What you doing there, man? What you doing there, bro? You earned so much money with your business and you literally throwing them in the fire. Come on, my dude. Oh, no, that feels sad, man. Just give me the money. Terry, give me some of the money. I'll show you how to live a good life without spending that much. I just need 1 million. 1 million. A small loan of 1 million.
Assumption that Terry had more money somewhere, the casino then gave him a $17 million loan, although this by itself should have been a sign that he was almost out of money.
Uh-oh. Terry, you're losing all your cash.
On the 23rd of January 2008, just weeks after telling family about his losses, Terrence put his Omaha mansion up for sale while continuing to chase his losses in Vegas. He managed to sell the home for a price of $2.66 million. However,
oh no, Terry, you're selling your house. No, Terry, you worked your whole life for that house. Why, Terry, why?
At this point, it was already too late. Terrence Watanabe was completely out of money.
No, Terry!
He'd wagered $4.2 million in 2005, $81 million in 2006, $825 million in 2007, and when his family brought him back to Omaha in early 2008, Terry had lost more than anybody else in Las Vegas history, with the 3-year trip costing him a total of $204 million. To make matters worse, Terrence had no job or income yet still owed the casino $14.7 million, after which Terry put the blame back onto Caesars, stating that his losses were their fault. Mr. Watanabe...
Terry, let's be honest here. You're an idiot.
alleges that during this period, Haraz not only didn't make him leave when he was drunk, but applied him with alcohol and prescription drugs to encourage him to stay and gamble, leading Terry to launch a lawsuit against the casino. Court documents explain Caesars served Mr. Watanabe 2 to 3 750ml bottles of Jewel of Russia vodka per day every day.
Bro, the guy was on another planet. He didn't know what's going on. Meanwhile, the guys from the casino are like, Terry, come on, come and gamble, Terry. He was like, like a zombie. Roulette? They're like, yes, Terry, roulette. We're gonna make roulette. We're playing with stakes of 1 million for one roll, Terry. Is that fine with you? Roulette? And they're like, yes, Terry, yes. I guess he agrees. Go for it, Terry.
No Caesars employee ever limited or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking, despite the fact that he was almost always visibly severely intoxicated when he was being served.
Bro, Terry, I hope you win this lawsuit case. Come on.
While gambling. On at least one occasion at Caesars in 2007, a concerned companion of Mr. Watanabe, Stuart Mitchell, pulled aside his cocktail waitress and pled with her to water down Mr. Watanabe's drinks. The cocktail waitress refused and curtly responded, Terry gets whatever he wants. Mr. Watanabe had at least 2 drinks at his table at all times, so that he could be kept in a constant state of intoxication while gambling.
Very smart, very smart. Or should I say, basic as fuck, and it will still work because Terry was the easiest idiot to take advantage of in the history of humankind. Come on, Terry. They're just playing you for a fool, man.
Mr. Watanabe's photographs were posted in the employees-only section of the casino in order to ensure all employees recognized him and never refused him anything. Caesars employees never attempted to limit or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking or restrict his gambling because they understood that any interference with his drinking or gambling could cost them their jobs. In response to the lawsuit, a spokesperson for the casino stated, "We're in the gambling business. We had no reason to believe that Terry Watanabe was anything other than a big player with huge resources who made an adult decision to bet the money he did. Are we going to provide an environment that keeps him very happy? Of course we are."
Yes. Are we gonna provide him with an environment that keeps him happy? Yes. We didn't do anything wrong. We just make our customers very happy. Yes, indeed. Yes, we are such nice people. Proceeds to, look like the guy from I don't know, the show, you know who I'm talking about, like Dr. Evil. He's like, yes, we are not evil. We are beautiful people that allow people to live their life like kings. Yes.
The casino then launched criminal proceedings against Terry, meaning that on top of everything, he was now facing up to 28 years in prison for the unpaid $14 million. An article was then published in the months that followed, announcing that both Terry and the casino had each dropped their lawsuits. However, Terry's life never recovered afterwards.
My name is Terry Watanabe.
My name is Terry Watanabe, aka one of the most stupidest people this earth has ever seen in its history. Terry, rip in peace, bro. Rip in peace. Your brain cells, they have long lived this plane of earth, and I feel sad for them.
I've been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
On the 29th of July
Great success.
2017,
That's just, the icing on the cake.
Terry announced that he had cancer, hoping to raise $100,000 on GoFundMe for treatment, with a description reading, "I've accepted my situation and do not pity myself. But my hope is that you'll find it in your heart to forgive me for my past and help me live long enough to help others in the future." Attached was a video talking about how bad things have become.
I unfortunately don't have the funds to survive. I'm almost...
Which you would have had. I don't think you would be in that situation in the first place if you weren't drinking 3 bottles of fucking vodka every day. I don't know what to tell you, Terry. Very bad. No, no. This is a tale of how to be not like the opposite of successful. This is it. This is right there.
Homeless. I have no medical insurance.
Although despite this,
You don't have any money, you have debts, you were a fucking multimillionaire, Terry. How the fuck you got here? You must be real stupid. You should have also mentioned that you're very stupid. Like, mention it a couple of times because it needs to be really accentuated that you are extremely stupid.
he was unable to reach his goal, yet still managing to raise an impressive $28,000. In January 2020, Terry joined Twitter before stating, "Today I try to live a good life and be a good man. Despite my past flaws and mistakes, I've always sought to do good and help people. I hope I can still have a positive impact on those in the future by sharing my story, both highs and lows, funny and sad moments."
That's just sad, bro. I just feel bad for the guy, bro. He worked his whole life, keep in mind, before he started gambling. He worked 24/7. Like, he was the G. He was grinding more than the grinders that are there. Like he was the definition of grinding. And then he decided, you know what? I'm gonna live a good life. And then, boom! Gets fucked by gambling. Gets fucked by casinos. And they don't give a shit about you, Terry. They never did.
Showing that Terry, quite impressively, now took full responsibility for his own mistakes.
Very sad story. Hopefully he's doing good in today's day and age. I mean, for like that's just he's just, because he lived his whole life working, he never understood what is the beauty of life. Therefore, he wasted it in the end. Very sad. Oof. What a sad story.